Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Outs 89. This is just a little video, just a little public service announcement. Can people, I won't call you Star Trek fans, can people stop fat shaming Tilly? I've forgotten the actress's name. Damn it, I should have written it down because I can't remember. It's really it's just pathetic. I know she's gained weight. It's not good for her as a person. She should take care of herself. I don't know what's changed in her personal life that she's gained so much weight between the the second season and the third season. I think she got married or something. I don't know if she got pregnant. I don't know what's happened, but she needs to take better care of herself. It doesn't really fit Starfleet. You wouldn't really have an overweight person in Starfleet because they'd have good nutrition and behaviours and gyms and fitness, and there'd be requirements. You can't just be unfit and unhealthy and work in Starfleet, just like the police or the army or anything like that. So it doesn't really fit story-wise or canon-wise with the Star Trek universe. But so far as the actress goes, obviously she didn't do this on purpose. She's just gained some weight. And the fact that people are shaming her for it and really vicious about it, not just mentioning, oh, she's gained some weight, what happened? It sort of, doesn't really fit with the Star Trek universe. Like I just said, that would be fine, because that's kind of true. But they're depicting her as Free Willy and Jabba the Hutt and saying, she's the captain now because she ate Saru and all this sort of really petty, just toxic crap. And all that sort of stuff does is give the Drekkies ammunition against Star Trek fans who hate Discovery. People who have real criticism and real issues with the show like I do. All you're doing is undermining me and everyone else who's trying to actually challenge this show and call it out for all its faults and flaws, hopefully to get a response where we actually get a show that is more like Star Trek, that we can actually enjoy, that isn't anti-intelligence, that isn't dystopian, that is humanist and inclusive, not this fake diversity inclusion where you include all the right people and then it actually discriminate against the wrong people, mostly white men. All this sort of rubbish that they're doing. These are real things to criticize, and you can have an intelligent, intellectual discussion about these with people. But fat shaming and the whole just transphobia, there's been a lot of transphobia as well for the new characters. Now, Blue Del Toro cannot act for anything. She is clearly there because she's, what is the term? I've lost it. She's not trans, non-binary. She's just there purely for she's a token. She cannot act. The other actor who plays Grey, is actually really good. As little as we've seen them, they can act, and I'm fine with them. It's nothing to do with their gender. It's nothing to do with their politics. It's to do with the fact the kid can't act, and she's awful. In every scene, it's just grating. And they really are pushing the they, them. Once she established that, that conversation wouldn't happen in Star Trek. People would be taught in primary school about gender and sexuality, and they would recognise their feelings as they come up, and they would identify as they're growing up, and no one would think twice about it. It wouldn't be something you hide or get confused about and have to come out and tell people. And you wouldn't have to have a big announcement of, oh, they, them. That wouldn't happen. I get that people have that experience in our time, and to see that depicted in some positive way or some, I want to say, sympathetic way, I get that they enjoy that, but it doesn't fit the show, it doesn't fit the time of the show, it doesn't fit anything, it just doesn't work. It's pandering, and it's going to be dated in 10 years. People will be laughing at the fact that, oh my God, she's they're doing pronouns. That was such a naughties thing. It's just going to be so old and dated. It doesn't work. So you want to criticize that, that's fine, but you want to just say, oh, it, and, all that sort of stuff. Because, frankly, I think trans people need to use their names a lot more, because saying they, them all the time just sounds like you're talking about a mass of people when you're just talking about one person. I think almost they need to create their own term that isn't he or she that we can use for them, because them, they doesn't really work, because it seems to suggest multiple people. It just doesn't sound right when you use it a lot. And I think just saying, oh, Adora has to go here. Oh, Adora's good at this. Sounds better than they, because you can't say she. And they sounds like you're talking about, Adora, like there's a bunch of her. It doesn't really work. So, but these are criticisms and comments and thoughts that I feel are okay. But when you just start saying, oh, it's disgusting, oh, what are they trying to do? Trying to force this on us, that's wrong, they shouldn't be like that, all that sort of crap. Don't want to hear it. All it does is damage the fan sort of reaction to the show, like the real fans. The toxic fans, you're just making everything harder on all of us, and you're the ones that are kind of making it. You're giving these guys ammunition. They're just digging their heels in and fighting back twice as hard against you and making the show just worse. So you're not helping anything. And this fat shaming of Tilly, it is just, or Mary Wiseman, that's her name, Mary Wiseman. It's just really ugly. Like I said, she's gained weight. It's not good. She should lose it for her own health, and to be more consistent with the character and everything, because the character wouldn't really have this issue. But anything further than that is just really offensive and disgusting, and I'm just tired of seeing it. It's embarrassing. It's really hard because I don't want to be lumped in with those people. Like, if you say you don't like Discovery, people already assume, oh, you're racist, you're homophobic, you're a fat shamer, you're transphobic. No, I love Star Trek, and this show is not good science fiction or resembles Star Trek. I don't like it. I want it to be changed. I want to point out all the problems with it, so maybe someone will go, oh, and do something. I want the fans to be heard by the creators. I want them to change the show or create another show that is original series, canon universe, humanistic, utopian, all the things Star Trek was, that this show isn't. And we're not going to get that if we can be dismissed as toxic, fat-shaming, homophobic, transphobic, sexist, racist a-holes, which is what a lot of these people are, unfortunately. I always knew they existed right back from when George Takei came out, and people were saying homophobic stuff back then, in the fan groups and all that. And I was confronting them about it, and I actually got blocked on trekmovie.com because the creator there, I shouldn't mention his name, was homophobic too, and he was deleting the people who were defending gay people who, because they ever were gay or they were just good Star Trek fans, were defending George and homosexual people. This person, I won't mention his name, was deleting their comments but leaving up the homophobic comments because that's what they believed, that this is wrong, it shouldn't be in Star Trek, because basically homosexuality is one of the things that was cured by Gene's future. So then they don't have gays in Star Trek because that's one of the problems we fixed. That was their attitude, and a lot of the attitude of some of the fans. So the toxic fans have been around for a while. I don't understand how you can be a toxic, racist, homophobic person and like Star Trek. Obviously they're not paying attention. They're not seeing the deeper layers to Star Trek and the philosophy. They're just seeing phasers and ships and green women. They're just looking at it on that base level and not seeing what Star Trek really is, like real Star Trek fans are. And that's why when it changed drastically with Discovery, sorry, my mouth's a bit dry, they reacted so badly. And there, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, there is a sizable amount of toxic Star Trek fans, or at least a vocal. The ones that we do have are vocal, and they're really ugly, and they're making it really hard to really genuinely criticize this show and be taken seriously. Now I know I don't have a lot of followers, not a lot of people watching my videos. It's not like I'm some media, voice that they're sort of sabotaging or something, but just they are just making it harder to be taken seriously as a genuine critic of the show. So please stop, just stop. You're not being funny, you're not being clever, you're not impressing anyone, you're hurting the cause, and you're just disgusting. And I really feel bad for Mary Wiseman. Now, I must admit, she did a bunch of selfies where she was giving the finger to, I guess, Star Trek fans, Star Trek viewers, because who else would be looking at her pictures? And she was just sticking her tongue out and being ridiculous. I'm like, is this a reaction to the fat shaming, or is this just the actress herself is a bit of a twat? I have no idea. I don't know her, obviously. I've never met her. But she's not really helping either when she acts like that, because it just gives people more to criticise her for. and it's harder to sympathise with someone who's giving you the finger and looking like an idiot. So I don't know. I just wish people could be better. That's what Star Trek was about: being our best selves, evolving, being better. You know, I really wish Star Trek fans didn't have such a hard time with that. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And stop the fat shaming. It's just ridiculous. It's ugly. It's just wrong. Yeah.